Hey guys, so today I'll be showing you how to make realistic gun recoil in Unity. So this would be the same kind of gun recoil that's in games like Pubg, so it goes up and to the side, or any other first-person shooter game which people are very familiar with. So a couple things that you want to have before you start are Unity standard assets, a gun model, which you can get for free, I'll link it in the description, and a couple gun sounds, which I'll also link in the description. So what you're going to want to do first is go into standard assets, go to characters, go to first person controller, prefabs, the one that says FPS controller, drag that into your scene, unpack it completely so you can edit it, and then give it a good spot in the world, and then test it out. Make sure you can move around. And before you even have anything, you should create a world, and I assume you already have that if you're trying to add recoil. So as you can see here, we have a world that works pretty well. So once you have the FPS controller in here, you're going to add the gun model onto the camera. So just whatever gun model you have, you can use the one I linked. And get it. There's an AK-47 here, and we're going to drag that onto the camera. Unpack it completely. Then we're going to move it to a good position. And then to fix this clipping problem that's happening here, as you can see, we're going to set the clipping planes to 0.1. Yeah, that works. 0.1 looks like it's good. And then we're going to add a script to the gun called shoot. Wait for it to work, and then also add another component, which is an audio source for the gun sound. And to get this working already, all you have to do, go to weapons, go to your sound folder, go to your gun sound folder, and then drag this into the audio clip file. I have this one, sounds fine. So now you're ready to edit the shoot script. So you're going to edit the script, wait for it to boot up. And the first thing you want to do before you do anything else, since this is going to be part of the movement of the character because recoil affects the character, is you're going to want to go to first person controller, which is the thing you dragged in, edit the script. Copy the thing that says namespace, Unity standard assets, characters, first person. Copy it, and now paste this into the shoot.cs script, and add a bracket at the bottom. So now this is part of the first person character. It's the shoot script is now part of that. So you're going to add a reference. First thing you're going to do is public first person controller, FPS controller. Second thing you want to do is public float up recoil, so the amount of recoil up. Public float side recoil, so the amount of recoil that is to the side. And then finally, private audio source sound. And then before we do anything else, might as well just set the sound to the component of audio source on this game object, since we already created that. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to edit those parameters that we just created. So the FPS controller is pretty clear. Just drag this over from FPS controller. Up recoil, I'd say about 5 is a good amount. Side recoil, try about 1. So the next thing we're going to do is make it so our gun makes sound and that we have a place to shoot the gun in the script. So I'm going to assume that you're using Unity standard input method. So if in update, you're going to do if input.get button down fire. So this is every single time you click, not when you're holding click. There's ways to do that. I might do that in a later video. So input.get button down, fire 1, no spaces. And whenever you click mouse one, so this is left click. When you click it, you're going to do sound.play. So we'll make sure this script is working. Go into your scene view. Oh, there's an error, right? Oh, I put a colon instead of a semicolon. So you're gonna go back into your editor, and as you see, it makes sound whenever you click. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is do some setup so we can make the recoil actually work. So now go back into your first-person controller script that we just copied the namespace from, and go to find the line that says private mouselook, or m_mouselook. Delete the thing that says private and serialized field and change that to just say public. So this will make it so we can edit it from outside the script. That is all we have to do in this script. Now we have to change the mouselook script. Since you can't edit that from the thing, you're gonna have to type inside your assets mouselook. So double click it to open it. And the first thing we're gonna do is create some variables. So private float side recoil and private float up recoil. I'd actually set these both to 0 because I don't want any weird stuff happening. Let's scroll down to the bottom and create a new public void called the public void add recoil. And the parameters for this are going to be, change that to capital, change, and then make the parameters float up recoil, oh, just make it float up, float side. And then, so so now we're going to change the side recoil and change up recoil. So side recoil plus equals side, up recoil plus equals up. As simple as that. Now we're going to go back up to the top of this script, go to the place called public void look rotation, and then right here it says float y rot and float x rot. This is the exact coordinates of where your character mouse will go. So we're going to change this. So y rot affects the side recoil. So we're going to do y rot equals side recoil plus what was already there, and x rot equals up recoil plus what was already there. And then after we finish this part, all you have to do is set these both back to 0. Side recoil equals 0, and up recoil equals 0 to reset them to normal. Because after you don't want it to do that recoil every single frame, just for one frame. So now the next thing you're going to do is go back to your shoot script, edit it, and go back to where you played the sound. So in this if function, you're gonna, if statement I mean. So in here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna say FPS controller dot mouse look, since we just set that to public, since we're changing something in mouse look. So FPS controller dot mouse look dot add recoil, and then the amount of recoil we're going to be adding is up recoil and side recoil. So now we can try this out in the game. And let's see here, it works. It's very not smooth, so we want to, in the next video, we'll be smoothing this out. Making that so it's smoothly going up. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video where we'll be smoothing that out.